Oh my god, that is perfect. Chill, Alex. Slow down. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alex, the Bareback Contessa, and I need to tell you a secret. I, in my 31 years of existence, have never made Rice Krispie treats. It's not something that I made like with my mom as a kid. It's not something that I've had as an adult. It's something that I've eaten a lot of. As somebody who bakes and cooks a lot, it feels like a weird thing to say that I've never made them. But today that changes. And I'm not making any plain old Rice Krispie treats. I am leveling up with a triple toasted Rice Krispie treat. I am going to toast the Rice Krispies themselves in the oven. I'm gonna brown butter with a special secret trick that I'm gonna tell you about, so make sure you stick around to watch for that. And I'm gonna toast marshmallows under the broiler before I add them into the mixture so that we can get like even extra toasty goodness. My oven is currently preheated to 400 degrees. The first thing I'm gonna do is get this box of Rice Krispies into the oven. All right. That is that nice and even. These are gonna go into a 400 degree oven for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not totally sure, but I will let you all know. While those toast, let's get our butter browning. Just going in with a stick of unsalted butter. Now I told you all I had a secret, and this is it. So when you brown butter, what you're really doing is toasting all of the milk solids inside of the butter fat. You cook off all of the moisture cooks off, and then the milk solids start to brown. Milk powder is just the solids. So by adding this into our browned butter, or into our butter to brown, we are like 10xing that nutty, delicious browned butter flavor. So to 1 stick of butter, I'm gonna go in with a 1/4 cup of dry milk. Now brown butter is one of those things that happens, nothing happens and then all of a sudden it goes to burnt. So be sure you're keeping an eye on it, be sure you're stirring it around. Use a light colored pan when you're browning butter so that you can see exactly what color the butter's at, what stage the butter's at. See those nice and toasty milk solids? That is what we are going for. That is why we brown butter. So I'm going to turn that off because it's going to carry over cook in the cast iron a bit. We get that off the heat and let it sit. All right, cool. And I made a big mess, so that's super fun. So you can see that these are a couple shades darker and toastier. They were in the oven for about 13 minutes. I can't find my little silicone baking mat. So instead, we will line this with some parchment. And get our marshmallows on here. Now I'm going to kind of like keep them to the middle. I don't want to risk them sticking to the pan. And these are going to go under the broiler just to like get some really nice toastiness on them. Oh my god, that is perfect. Oh. That is exactly like the bit of toastiness I was hoping for. All right, let's go back to the stove. Why am I touching these? Now I'm going to go in with a big pinch of salt here. God. Oh my God. Chill, Alex. Slow down. I'm gonna let these come to room temperature, and then we'll get them out of the container, slice them up, and eat the shit out of them. Oh, they're just so crooked. Oh my God, that's gotten even worse. Okay, let's go there. I've eaten so many of these, I am physically ill right now, but they're just so much more interesting than your standard Rice Krispie treat. There's so much more depth of flavor. They're so toasty from the marshmallows, from the Rice Krispie treats, from the brown butter, especially with that extra dried milk powder that I added. There's a great pop of salt on the top. They feel really light to eat still, which is why I've eaten so many of them. I host an annual cookie exchange, and a friend of mine brought a rosemary and thyme infused Rice Krispie treat. And I think next time I would do that just to take them even a step further. Infuse the butter with some herbs. These are my triple toasted Rice Krispie treats. You can get the recipe down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Bye!